मुझे पता नहीं कि आपको सूचना दी गई कि नहीं कि ये जो कार्यक्रम है आज, ये पूरी तरह से जो वार्तालाप है आपके और मेरे बीच में हिंदी भाषा में होने वाला है।
நான் நல்லா இருக்கேன், நீங்க எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? Sorry.
तो अगर हिंदी समझते नहीं हैं, तो हिंदी फिल्म्स आप ब्लॉकबस्टर कैसे बना सकते हैं? मतलब we've seen जवान and we've seen the kind of impact it has had without you knowing the language.
You like me? You like my
Very
films?
difficult to not like you. I've just met you.
Okay. Okay, you like my films?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. See, movies are not bounded by languages. Movie is a heart. It's love. So, definitely language doesn't become a barrier to create something really you love to create. So, that's the reason I feel even I'm not familiar with the language Hindi, I could make what I want to make, and I made whatever you have to feel, whatever you have to emote, I've made it in my film, and that's the reason I feel Jawan is a biggest hit all over.
Yeah.
And I have UAE fans who doesn't even know Hindi. I have Hollywood fans who doesn't know Hindi. So it's good. It's good. Yeah,
So
I
it's
feel
about
great.
the feelings.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. And you know, everybody dreams of working with the one and the only Shah Rukh Khan. You aced that dream. But I want to understand that when you were growing up, what were some of your favorite things about Shah Rukh Khan or one of his movies that you absolutely loved?
I love all his films. DDLJ, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Om Shanti Om, Chennai Express. I can go on. See, the one thing I love about him is his screen presence is unmatchable, and he's the face of Indian cinema to the world. So it is a dream to work with Mr. Shah Rukh sir, and fortunately I've got as my 5th film, and God is so kind, and I think I have justified, and yeah, that's how I feel now.
What was your childhood like? Because from what I understand, that initially the plan was to get into acting. So how did direction happen?
No. No. See, I was very interested in dance. So from my childhood, I'm a good dancer, according to my mom. So my mom said I'm a good dancer. Then I started dancing. Then in my school events, I started choreographing the dance. Then in choreography, I started conveying stories. That's where I got interest to directorials and saying story. Then I started short film, and then I assisted Shankar sir for 5 years. Then I became a director. So my journey started as a dancer, and it perceived as director now.
So do you recall the first day you were on a film set?
Yeah, I remember. I still remember. It was with Rajnikant sir in the film called Robot.
Wow.
Yeah, the first day I just was mesmerized. And
so you started big right from the start. Even the first day on a film set was on the Rajnikant film.
Yeah, miracles always happens to me. And I worked with Shankar sir, India's biggest director, as a AD. And I worked with Rajnikant sir, then Talabadi Vijay sir, now Shah Rukh sir. Yeah, this is my filmography, but yeah, miracles is keep going. Yeah.
You know, we often speak about how it's very difficult for actors to get into the film industry. Is it also difficult for directors?
See, I think for anyone on any industry is very difficult as a mindset. But if you pray for it, if you wish, and if you really do the basics to it, definitely you can do it. If Atli can become a director in Indian cinema, I think anyone can become. So it's just to keep your heart open and peace, and wish for the best and work towards it. You can become anyone.
But at least, you know, we have to be honest here. It's easy to say that, you know, heart should be in the right place, but it is really difficult. So do you remember times when you maybe felt demotivated in early days, when maybe perhaps you were trying to, you know, get in? Why I'm asking is because there are a lot of people who aspire to be part of the film industry, right? Not everybody makes it. Some people give up. So what kept you going when things were tough?
See, at every situation, you will face challenges. You have to overcome challenges. Even getting born in this world As a birth is a very difficult thing. In a womb, you have to respire, you have to have your nutrition, you have to be healthy. Life starts with a struggle. So struggle is not just an obstacle to come up. Struggle will be everywhere. Every now and then it will be there. But that is not an obstacle. If you want to wish to become what you want, if you wish and if you work towards it, you can become. That's the reason I'm saying it is definitely difficult for anything, but if you really concentrate, focus on it, you can become.
So use the struggle to get inspired. I think that's a good way of putting it. You've had 4 hits in Tamil cinema, blockbusters again, a major hit in the Hindi film industry. Have you been able to find a connect between what appeals to audiences across the country? Because you're a pan-India star director now, if I may say so.
See, the most genuine time is layman's time. Layman's money is most genuine money. If someone is investing 300 rupees for a ticket, and I have to be very responsible for it as a filmmaker, he is just genuinely entering into a theater, he just want to get entertained in that 3 hours. If you put parking to going home, maximum 6 hours. A 6 hours investment plus 300 rupees of a layman, it's a huge, huge commitment. And I have to feel responsible for it. So I feel every audience who enters theater, they want to get entertained. My difference between 4 Tamil films and 1 Hindi film, no difference. I've been genuine to my promise. I've kept my responsibility same. Later in some years, if I'm going to make a Hollywood film, I'll do the same. And people is going to watch it. There is no difference. It's just a genuine approach towards it.
So is the Hollywood Connect happening? Because I believe there have been some meetings.
Yeah, it's happening. It's happening.
Tell us more. You can't be here and just tease us. Now, we need to know more, right? If he's going to Hollywood.
See, it took 8 years to reach Bollywood. Maybe in next 3 years, you will see something there with a great announcement. I'm working on it.
That is absolutely amazing, and we really look forward to it. If we talk about the movies in Tamil and Hindi, there is some criticism that there is a lot of unnecessary violence in your movies. How do you respond to people who feel that so much of violence is not required for a blockbuster movie?
Okay. To answer this question, okay, you run a news channel. Okay, we see a lot of news channels. Why do they carry violent footages? For what? To show the world what is the truth. See, violence for what purpose?
But there's no creative discretion, right, over there. I'm saying there's no creative discretion when a news channel portrays real world happening.
Yeah, see, for an example from Jawan, if I have to say, we have read a lot of newspapers about farmer suicide.
Yeah.
You might have passed the paper. Maybe little people might have emoted for it. But as a filmmaker, I'm also a media person. I'm also part of you. I have a voice. I have to voice out. And when I show how a farmer suicide is happening visually, and it stucks into your heart, and it brings at least 1% of some change can happen, that's my voice out. So sometimes violence are like doctor injection. It is painful for the better cure. So you can't treat always with tablets. Sometimes you need injections. And that's the reason we have violence. Other than that, it is not to provoke anyone. I want to show the world. So for an example, if in my film a dog is being shot, a person who attacks an animal is a criminal, is a villain. I want to teach the generation, if anyone does anything wrong to a dog or a pet, he is not a good human. So these are my kind of telling. So unfortunately, it falls into a caption of violence, but it's bitter truth. What to do? So
besides some violence, I think one other thread in a lot of the films that you make is that there is a sort of a social message as well. We saw it in Jawan as well. Is that important to you?
Yeah, of course, it is very important. When God gives you a chair and you feel there is one more chair next to you and you will call, please, why you are standing, come sit. So God has given me a voice to loud out, shout out on something by film. So I need to shout out for certain social messages as a filmmaker. Apart from I'm earning money, my producer is earning money, I have to give something to the audience who's genuinely coming into theater and they have to take something home. So that's the reason I am more focused on the social messages.
You know, earlier today we had a discussion on whether films are political, right? If entertainment can be political. And the general consensus was that there are, multiple layers to this. So I want to understand, when you're giving out a social message, and you said it's important to you, is there a political voice there?
Politics is part of life, right from your beginning. Once you start your school, the politics is part of us. Politics is not just a stream, it is part of us. Game is part of us. Beauty is part of us. Emotion is part of us. Politics is part of us. Politics should be spoken, and if it is hidden, I think it is not the democracy. You have to speak about it, for sure.
It's good to hear that. Absolutely. So, Atli, when we see strong messaging, strong action sequences, larger-than-life heroes in your movies, how important is it to... okay, I'm going to talk about what you have called in the past the God shot, right? Where the hero comes and it's a wow moment. Boss, ye hero aaya hai. And that is the time when the CTs come on, the whistles come on. So how do you visualize that entry of your hero?
See, according to me, what is heroism is, for an example, when I was a child, I used to go to temples where you stand in a long queue and there is a build-up of music and you go, there is a build-up. Finally, you see a God with arati, with sound, and you get, oh my God, that's a feeling. That's an Indian emotional feeling. On anything, if you see with the hide and go, see it, and you pray for the good thing, and if he comes on a wish list, like if I'm praying for something, suddenly if the arati happens, I feel great about it. So I've learned this from there, and it has come from my roots. So that is heroism to me. The hero has to enter when there is a trouble and when someone should voice out for the trouble. So that is my God shot.
The hero is the savior.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Okay. The other common thing in all your movies is that the music is beautiful. So how much of work goes into developing the music?
See, when a baby cries, no, mama comes and sings a song and pacifies it. So every emotion can be pacified and conveyed in a better way through music. So I think I've learned from there. And music is the most essential part of Indian cinema and Indian rhythm. So I think music is very, very important to us. That's why the film is connecting all class of audience.
Okay, so just a note for the audience, we might be able to take 1 or 2 questions. Not right now. I am glad to see the hand go up though. But first, a couple of questions that I have. Atli, we've seen that you work with a very close set of people. We've seen that with Vijay. We've also seen that with your DOP. You've done one movie with Shah Rukh. So are we going to see more coming from Shah Rukh?
Of course.
Tell us about that.
Of course, definitely I will crack a subject better than Jawan, and I will go to him for sure, and I will narrate. If he likes, definitely it will happen. I think whatever I'm going to say is going to like, but I have to crack and I have to go to him because he loves me a lot, and he's something else. He's always an energy to go. Yeah, he's the best man I have seen in my life, and thank you, Shah Rukh sir. I'll come to you, sir. Once I crack something great than Jawan, I'll definitely come to you.
Well, we certainly look forward to that. Let's talk about the producer aspect, right? You've started your own production company, and we know that Baby John is coming up. Tell us a little bit more about that, and also the fact that that you seem to be inclined towards horror, thriller, again action movies. So, in your journey as a producer, is that theme going to continue?
Yeah, as I said, producer is a new shoe for me. I'm learning a lot of stuff. I have learned a lot of stuff from Mr. Shah Rukh sir and my producer, whoever has produced till date my films. So I'm trying something new out of my directorials. Of course, Baby John is the special one. This is the biggest one we are producing right now. And it's going to talk about how good parenting is required for the society. And it's going to be every parent's film. and definitely it's a mass killer film. Everyone gonna enjoy in theater for sure.
All right. Sounds very, very interesting. I think we'll open the house for just a couple of questions, starting with the very enthusiastic lady right at the front. If we can get the mic there, please. Can we get a mic here, please, quickly? Please introduce yourself and ask the question. Okay, that mic isn't working. Lavanya, you can come here and you can take this. Come here.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Hi, sir. I'm Lavanya, big fan of yours. I just had a simple question. There's still such cult fan following in the South for the heroes in the South and the heroines. But that seems to be not the case in Bollywood anymore. Do you think Shah Rukh is the last superstar in Bollywood?
Of course, see, in this world, nothing is an end. And you should keep wishing for something as to grow. Of course, Shah Rukh sir is the best superstar of the country. Of course, even he will feel more superstar should be produced in this country and should make the country proud. So I think this fever is going to fall from south to north, whatever it is, it's an Indian fever. We will give more superstars, superstar directors, superstar music directors, and there's going to be a lot of growth in our industry. I'm going to wish for it. Please, you also wish for it. It's going to happen.
Superb. One more question, please. I think the lady right at the back, she's been raising her hand. Can we get the mic there, please? A working mic, please.
Hi, Atlee. This is Vibha here. I just wanted to know, now that we're talking about pan-India films, and a lot of films are being appreciated and loved down north and everywhere. But say in South, there's still that one thing that they still are not accepting Hindi movies. What do you think? When is it that going to change, and how is it going to change?
And your good name, ma'am?
Vibha.
Hi, Vibha. I think it's, to be very frank, Sholay is the highly received film in the entire country. I think the perceptions are treated in a different way. It's not that South people are not watching Hindi film. We have watched all Shah Rukh sir's film, all Salman sir's film, Hrithik sir's film. Three Idiots was the biggest hit in South. So I think whatever good content comes, everyone is seeing it. And as a professional person from the film fraternity or film end, I don't like the word pan-India. India is one, and unity in diversity is one, and just languages are just a communication medium. They are not knowledges. So all the films everyone is seeing, for an example, KGF is a biggest hit all over. We have never, Hindi cinema doesn't know who's Yash, but after KGF, Yash is an Indian superstar. Allu Arjun sir, Pushpa, Vijay sir's Leo, and more on. So I think we are all one, and we never like to call as a pan-Indian film or a crossover film. We like to call as an Indian film and an Indian filmmaker.
Fantastic. I think that certainly deserves a round of applause. And one final question. I think the mic's already there.
Hi, Atlee sir. This is Ravi Jain from ABP News itself. Atlee sir, what do you think? What has changed in last 3 or 4 years after post-pandemic that everybody is looking to South industry? Like, people here are very hopeful about South filmmakers, South film directors. They are very hopeful about that superstars from South will deliver a big hit in Hindi cinema also. So in last 4 years, 3-4 years, what has changed?
So sir, it is not last 3-4 years, sir. I think for a very long time, the crossovers has been happening. Even not only in India, if you see in West also, a lot of crossovers are happening. I think the COVID, when everyone is at home, we got to expose into a lot of other language, other language web series, and we got exposed into a lot of content. So it brought a little goodness into writing so that everyone loves everything. For an example, Money Heist is the biggest hit after COVID in India. So I think a lot of people watched it. So I think the crossovers are happening for a very long time. After COVID, it's happening more. That's all. It is not about, it's a new thing after, in the last 4 years. It's been happening for a very long time. If you see, Bakiraj sir has done a film with Amitabh sir, Akiri Rasta, when I was not even born. So the crossovers have started long back. I think it's a good thing. Crossover films are working better. It's a good thing.
Just a small question again. A small question.
One line,
adding to this, there are a lot of speculation about your next, after delivering one of the biggest hit in Hindi cinema, Jawan. There are a lot of speculation about your next project. What it will be?
I'll definitely surprise you. I'll keep the promise. I'll give something bigger than Jawan. I will try to do that.
Superb. I think that's a great way to close this session. Thank you so much, Atlee, for being with us today.
Thank you.
Ideas of India. Yeah, Ideas of India. ABP Network's Ideas of India.